Hi, babies. Mwah. I'd like to give my astrological 2 cents on the eclipses, the age of Aquarius, all that shit. The thing I want to talk about is revolution obviously is coming in this world. Capitalism, colonialism, patriarchy, there's going to be some major shifts. I'd like for us to think about timeline wise. When we move at the speed of nature, we aren't, it's not going to be quick, quick, quick. So, we're not going to be looking at, Pluto shifted into Aquarius. Once it's finally in Aquarius, because I know it goes back into Capricorn, or whatever, then there's going to be some major moves. Yes and no. I think these current eclipses that were in the Libra axis or the Libra Aries axis, I think what those eclipses are doing are shining a light on the disparities, and really helping people understand that we were really conditioned to accept some really terrible things as just like normal, like Tuesday. And we're kind of realizing, like, oh, no, what if we put our foot down and said no? Then, when the eclipses start running on the axis of the or the Pisces Virgo, it's going to really start to help us reimagine what could be possible. Pisces is going to have us, really looking at, yeah, reimagining and dreaming about what a world would look like through the socialist lens, without the corruption and the narrative that's been jammed down our throats, things like that. The Virgo side of it is going to help us get real, and that means that we're not going to romanticize a revolution, right? You can't, and we're going to shift into understanding what a revolution actually is. It means death. It means disparity in a whole different level. It means recognizing that we would potentially want to shift things in a way that's going to make things a whole lot worse before they could ever get better. And understanding what better actually means and looks like could be really far away. When we get into the Aquarius Leo axis of eclipses, that is when we are going to start to see the shift in leadership in these types of revolutions throughout the world that are going to topple down things like colonialism, capitalism, and patriarchy, because those are going to be the people that are going to be willing to die for the cause. The leaders that we have right now are more shifting and growing and deciding if they're as authentic or performative as they are and want to be. But by the time we get to the eclipses of Aquarius, our leadership in these areas is going to look completely different than where we currently are, because these are going to be people that understand that there's going to be whole ass governments that want to exterminate them like a bug, and that means that their lives are threatened, the people they loved are threatened, and they are willing to sacrifice all of that for a cause they believe in. If you look at what is happening over in Palestine, like, it's that type of mentality of, I'd rather breathe my last breath than let you fucking win. And if you win, you'll win with my blood on your hands. And that's just an energy that, quite frankly, the Western world doesn't have right now. And none of our leaders have right now. And I think that we're going to start to see new leaders emerge. They're going to be very much like the leaders of the Black Panther, where they understand what it means to fight these kinds of fights. And yes, it's exhausting, and yes, it's terrifying, and yes, the humanity in them is going to be in pain, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, but they're going to be ready to pick it up where it was left off. So I just telling you that while we're all sitting here watching things grow and maybe go back and forth, and we start to realize that a lot of the things we're seeing on social media is more performative rather than authentic, just know that we are in a growing phase. And now, until the eclipses go into Aquarius, it's really going to have all of us in the Western world evolve. And some people are going to go back and hunker down and say, you know what? It all sounded good and all, but like, I ain't trying to die for this shit. And there's going to be some of us that roll up our sleeves and say, I'm ready.